I could have very easily been tossed out in the first quarter and left it up to Michelle and Bobby. But I figured that they'd probably not like me a whole lot if I did that. I wouldn't want to coach with me again. So I stayed in the game. And those girls, with what you guys went through in that game, was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I've never seen I've never seen anything like that in a basketball game before in my life. And for the referees to let that continue like that, but it didn't really, I mean, it bothered our girls, but they pushed through. One couple of things from that game that I remember is Cassie bringing the ball down towards the end of the game, and their outside linebacker just clotheslined her. And in true Cass style, she doesn't get wound up, she doesn't get flustered, nothing. You all right? A little tear in her eyes. I know it hurt. A little tear in her eyes. She said, "I'm good to go." All right. And I think another thing I remember in that game is Caity Nichols spending more time laying on the floor than actually standing upright playing. And I had to call a timeout. She had to shoot a free throw. I had to call a timeout just so she could gather herself, because she had taken a beating. Everybody took a beating. I know Shauna I think she told me she got kicked, punched, and bitten in that game. Am I right?
And reviolated.
We're not going to talk about it. All right. Just leave that one alone. But the way we won, 8th graders, the way you won that tournament is real simple. The most points any of the 3 teams scored against us was 10 points. It was 10, 9, and 8. So what does that tell you? That tells you defense won it for us. And these girls, nobody cares who scores the points, who gets all the glory. They just care about winning. And that's, as a coach, that's what you want. So it's storybook stuff, the way this ended. There's no way I could have, at the beginning of the season, I would have said with confidence that we were going to both win our tournaments. There's no way. But and that's a credit to these girls and how they work. So, and all your parents, you've got some extraordinary young ladies, and I feel so privileged and blessed to have been able to coach them for a whole season. So let's talk about some people. 6th graders, come up here, please. Stand over here. Now I get to talk about the individuals.